Welcome back to Nucida Training. How could you use the Gherkin editor in TestComplete to create and execute your tests very easily? I will show you that right away. The Gherkin editor in TestComplete helps you to establish correct BDD tests quickly, and it is very simple to execute your tests. So, it is worth having a closer look at these editor's features. This is the feature file, and these are the Gherkin syntax that we have used to write this acceptance test. First, let's see the indentation. For instance, if you want to indent this test, then you can use these buttons. To do that, just select the respective test, and if you click on this decrease indent, then it will move to the left side. Otherwise, you can click on the increase indent, then it will move the selected text paragraph to the right side. The reason why we need indentation is to make our code look good and neat. It's easy to read if your code has nice indentation. Okay, so now let's see how to run these scenarios. For example, you want to run this scenario. First, click on this scenario. Now right-click and you can select this option to run this scenario, and that way you can run this specific scenario. If you want to run this scenario, then click on that scenario, do the right-click and execute it. In terms you would like to run both the scenarios one by one, then you want to run this feature. So, for that, click on this feature, right-click and run this feature file. That way you can run all the scenarios that are in this feature file. But there is another way how to run scenarios. First, click on the scenarios that you want to run and click on this button which says, Run this scenario, and that will run the scenarios on which your cursor is being placed. Same for this scenario, and same for like if my cursor is here and if I hover over this button, it says, Run this scenario. Clicking on it will perform the respective test. You can do the same with the feature file. If I hover on this button, it says Run this feature file. Now I can run all the scenarios that are sitting inside this feature file. There is a third way to run a scenario. Just click on the scenario that you would like to run, then do the right click and you can select this option, Add Scenario to Test Item, and that scenario would be added to the test item. So, when you run the whole project, this scenario will run as a part of your project item. Okay, let me delete this and let me go back to the feature file. You should know another feature, the adding a tag feature. For instance, I can add a login tag. Here is the valid login. I want to add a tag for this scenario as smoke and as well as regression. Similarly, for this non-valid login scenario, I want to add it as a part of regression tag, but I do not want to include it in a smoke test. Hence, I'm not going to add the same tag or the smoke test tag. Do not worry about this tag now because I'm going to cover it in much detail in another video. I want to make you aware that you can add the tags inside your Gherkin editor. Besides that, we constantly use the comment feature to document and explain test-relevant information. To add a comment inside your working editor, first type this hash. Now you can add or write anything as a comment like this. These are some of the features that you are likely to use while building or developing the feature file, the indentation, then running the scenarios as well as the features and writing the commands. I hope this video helps you to understand how to work with TestComplete and Cucumber. Of course, there will be more videos about this topic. Please leave a comment in terms of any questions which we would be happy to answer. Give us a thumbs up if you liked the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you do not miss the upcoming videos with the latest testing news. Happy testing and see you next time.